part of the instinct family. It is called the lion's lair. Where do lions go when the battle is over, when the fight is over? Where do they refurbish themselves? Where do they strengthen themselves? The lion's lair is a message of direction that will help you not only to accomplish your conquest, but then how to refurbish yourself for what's next. Take a look at this and prepare your heart to be blessed. The leap is where we start our battle. Transitions are important. Nobody teaches you how to transition. How do you transition from being single to being married, from being a renter to being an owner, to go from being a taker to being a giver? There are no classes on how you leap from being an employee to an entrepreneur. People are trying to figure this out right now. It is clear by the Gates cage that every trainer knows that domestication isn't a natural phenomenon. Domestication is not a natural phenomenon for the lion, whose wild nature precludes him from ever being comfortable in the cage. Yet even though his instincts are full of wild, he has to overcome the abusive background that has been his home. His instincts are full of wild, but he has to overcome the abusive background that has been his home. Now, I know you don't think it's abusive because you're not a lion. Because from the spectator's perspective, you go to watch the lion for entertainment. But your entertainment is his incarceration. And yet, if he has been raised in captivity, his background is so abusive, but it has become so natural that how do I get out of an abusive background when it has become my norm? You're living in a zoo, and somebody benefits from your captivity. Even if the only benefit is for the sake of what they call normal, they like to keep you in a certain little box, and we'll come watch you move around the box, and don't do anything different, and don't go anywhere else, and stay right here in this cage. And all of a sudden, you start coming and hearing this old country preacher from West Virginia teaching about instincts, and you dare to believe that you can get out. Touch your neighbor and say, you can get out. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean that it's natural. I said, just because it's familiar doesn't mean that it's natural. It doesn't mean that it's right. His instincts is to leap to freedom, but intelligence requires that he gradually make the transition. I want to talk to people who are making transitions this morning. Anybody making transitions? Hold your head up. Yeah. Tell your neighbor, I'm in the middle of a transition. Experiences contradict instinct. Experiences contradict instinct. Experiences contradict instinct. Experience contradicts instinct. Experiences contradict instinct. You come to church, you get some other stimulus that stirs your instinct to move somewhere that your experiences say that's not for you. Your instincts are calling you to move into a realm that your experiences do not validate. This is about whatever your cage is. Everybody in here has a cage. It may be a spiritual cage, it may be a moral cage, it may be an emotional cage, but everybody in here has a cage. David says we were born in captivity. He says it this way, verbatim, we were born in sin, shapen in iniquity. We were born in the box. What do I do when all of my experiences validate my incarceration? And yet my instincts keep nagging me in this cage, saying there's something out there for you. I go to the bars. I growl. I go back and look at it again, and I'm back up again. I go to church, Monday morning, Monday morning, I'm back in the cage again. Let me hear that roar again. Let me hear that. That's what's roaring down inside of somebody sitting next to you right now. That is how a soul